Joined by Hofstra baseball head coach John Russo, following the Pride's doubleheader sweep over the University of Rhode Island today. Coach, a pair of dramatic late inning wins, 3-1 in extra innings in game one, and then 5-4 in game two with a sixth inning rally in the seven inning game. So just opening thoughts on today's doubleheader sweep.
Borderline amazing to me. Yesterday, like when we played, I felt as ill prepared to play a game as, I have in my coaching career, more so than even game one of a season when you don't even get outside because, we hadn't had the opportunity to practice. Game one, you get to practice for, 3 or 4 weeks to get ready. And we didn't do that. And to go up yesterday to Rhode Island and play them, toe to toe for, 9 innings was incredible, and then carry it over again into today and, play 14 innings against the number 17 team in the country in RPI. I was amazed by, almost everything we did. Couldn't be prouder. Can't have a more tough team than what we do here at Hofstra.
All right, open it up to some questions. Eddie, start with you.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the great wins today. After not playing for a couple of weeks here, you guys really came through clutch in the late innings. What can you say about this team and how they rallied today?
It started yesterday. We went up, put up 4 runs in the first inning against Twitchell, who at one point had 20 scoreless innings and had a no-hitter into the 6th against East Carolina. And, I was caught off guard about how well we swung the bats yesterday and swung the bats today. Wind was blowing in, ball wasn't traveling very much. And, just shows you how strong Brian Goulart was there in the 7th or 8th inning, I guess, to hit that walk-off. And then, Harrington's a really, really tough kid. He had a big hit in the first game there to tie it. And, homer there late. And he swings the bat all the time well in practice. And, just needs some more game experience. And, we've been seeing him hit for a while. Really happy that it paid off for him today. And, I can't be impressed with everybody more. Even the pitchers, like in the last 2 days, we've walked more and hit more than what we've done, but we haven't faced anybody in, 3 weeks. And for them to battle out of the situations that they got when they don't have their best stuff, I don't even know if they have their best secondary stuff. And just that's toughness to me. And I couldn't, like I said, there were so many different examples of guys being tough in the 14 innings today. It was incredible.
Will?
Hey, Coach, Will Thompson, WRHU. Congrats on both the wins today. You guys are clearly a much improved team over last season. Of course, now having a record of 9-6 on the season. What do you think is the biggest difference between last year's team and this year's team, and what strides have you guys made to get to this point where you're taking 2 out of 3 against a nationally ranked team like Rhode Island?
I think it's belief to me. Like we had a lot of late inning losses last year when we were 4-10. We could have easily been 10-4 and, blew, just 3 late at one place, 2 late at another place. And confidence. We returned all the position players. And, I think, even Jack Jett, Jimmy Joyce, really grew up a lot. I'm really happy to have Camarda back now in the rotation. And, I think Mott and Mikulasik and Fiallo and, really helped us late in games. That's where we really struggled last year. And, really impressed with Aho Sujak today. I thought he came in and gave us a great inning in the first game and got a huge out there in the 6th inning with guys on 2nd and 3rd. That was awesome. And, you had a nice young freshman arm and Tristan Nemjo come into a really tough spot and to get us to 2 outs in that inning, before getting it out and, giving Harrington the chance to win it. And, we just added some group wins, but more importantly, I just never felt like we were out of it or, even yesterday. You saw how many times we came back in the game yesterday. We just have a different belief this year. And I told them not to be afraid to be a good club. And listen, as good as Rhode Island is now our club's 55th in the country in RPI and one of the top ones in the CAA. And we're not going to apologize for being good.
And quick follow-up there. A guy that really showed out today that I wanted to ask you about was Ryan Marash. Had great days at the plate and in the field in both ends of the doubleheader. What can you say about his performance today?
him and D'Onofrio are like my two Swiss Army knives. They can beat you in so many ways, and they can beat you bunting, hitting the ball the other way, knocking balls in the gap. They both play great defense. They're both great team guys. They don't care what you ask them to do. They are just focused on winning. And Morash, they don't make him tougher than him. And I think the team really feeds off him. And even he's only what is he? He's a redshirt sophomore, and I heard him even talking to Harrington before his at bat, popping him in the chest and being like, "Hey, you're going to come through right here. You got this." And just the confidence that these kids have right now, and it exudes off onto Harrington, a freshman, and it does it to Nemjo, it does it to Mott, who's new to us, Mikulasik, who's new to us, and their confidence and belief right now is just at a really high point. And my pitching coach, Blake Nation, even said at the game, like, we're riding really high right now after not even playing for 3 weeks. And but at the right time before conference starts against Northeastern next weekend.
Eddie?
And so you mentioned that they're Northeastern, a really tough team in the CAA. What's going to be the mindset as you go into this week of preparation against this team?
I think, Rhode Island was the perfect matchup to get us ready for Northeastern. They run a lot. Northeastern's leading the CAA in running. Well, Rhode Island ran a lot, and so we had to defend the running game. And, I think Northeastern's leading the CAA in pitching. Well, you saw the arms Rhode Island had in yesterday, and so we got to face some really good arms. And I think Northeastern's leading the CAA in hitting, and Rhode Island was a tough, scrappy team that put a lot of balls in play, drew a lot of walks, put a lot of pressure on you. And so, I think in like basketball, you want to face a great zone team before you're facing one in conference. You want to try to mix and match. We got really lucky to play Rhode Island, a team that's going to play very similar to what Northeastern's going to play. And, I didn't think we were prepared for it, but I thought how we handled it was incredible.
Will?
Hey, Coach, just one more question for me. I wanted to ask about what you thought about Jimmy Joyce's outing, and what do you think has been the biggest thing from him from improving from last year into becoming a true consistent weekend starter for you guys this year?
As I had like 5 seconds to reflect before jumping on here, I think the thing that might even change the whole day is, Jimmy getting out of that bases loaded, no out jam. And, I think if we give up runs right there, we lose probably game one and probably don't have the momentum for game two. And, Jimmy exudes all the toughness that we believe in. And, he's had it probably his whole life. He's just had a little bit of hard time adjusting to college. And he was doing a two-way player his first 2 years and then just focused on pitching last year. And I think Jimmy is even still to this minute learning and believing into what he is. And, he had great stuff early, probably not his best stuff he had all year, but, sat 92, 94 for a few innings and, just really battled through. And then for 7 innings, the next game I saw him, he was to the left of me all game. He couldn't have been a better teammate in willing every guy out there and just locked in for, 21 outs.
Coach, you one guy who kind of flew under the radar in game one, you got a great inning from Andrew Mundy, to close out the 8th inning, gave you the 8th inning starting with the runner on base. Just talk a little bit about him, obviously a veteran of the team, with the extra year coming back, but, what a performance. He gave you two strikeouts in that inning.
That's a unbelievable question. And I really appreciate you bringing him up. Andrew and I are really tight. I've been with him, a lot of summers, 6 years, 2 years in the recruiting process. So 8 of my 10 years, I've almost been around Andrew Mundy. And, he's had a bunch of arm trouble and not sure he was going to play this year. And, even came down to the 11th hour, in August to decide to play and just had to battle, so hard to get back to this just one inning of work. And then to go in there and a tie game in the 8th inning with a runner on second and no outs and just be able to paint and strike a guy out and just do what he did is, I mean, I don't know if there's much more beautiful stuff in the world than that. And, you know, I'm really close to him and his family. And, you know, I would have loved to have gotten him in an easier situation for the first time he's thrown in a year. And, but my thought is, you know, with this runner starting at second, he can handle the bunt, he can handle the running game, and let's pray he throws strikes. And not only did he throw strikes, he was, you know, 87, 89 and painting the knees. And when he got fired up walking off after that third out, I was pretty positive we were going to win in a walk-off. The guys were all jacked and, you know, can't be a better teammate, more liked guy on our team. And I mean, it was pretty special to watch what he did today.
All right. If there's no more questions, then Coach, I'll thank you for your time.
The only thing I I always forget to mention, but Goulart is I always yell at Goulart. I'm like, I miss you all the time in post-game speeches. I mean, the guy has, you know, 4 or 5 RBIs for us yesterday and all of that. And, you know, to drop a home run, to walk it off there in the first game, I think is incredible. He swings the bat, and I talk about confidence and belief, and he exudes it all the time. And, you know, just really proud of him. And happy for him to get that hit in the first game. I mean, just really good kid and well deserving of that attribute. And, you know, I'm sure we can compliment a lot of guys, and you can't win today. And hopefully next week we get back Jet and Mikulasik and Sika and Bosch. And, you know, I think we're going to be pretty tough to beat here in the next few weeks.
All right, Coach, enjoy your Easter Sunday off, and
Happy Easter, guys. Thank you so much for staying today.
and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Have a good one, Coach.
See you guys.